if I can see names of people, but I just want to say thank you for joining us. This is another version or another Food Network with Turner Memorial AME Church. So first, let's just say giving honor to God, seriously, and just being grateful for the ministry that we have at Turner Memorial. And God, we just want to say thank you for allowing us to bring this information to our family members of Turner and our community. We thank you, God, for the wonderful ability to be in ministry with Reverend Kearney. He is just an awesome leader, an awesome spiritual director. And we thank you for the vision. I'm really grateful, God, for the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the folks at Turner who have found it not robbery to give their time to share with this ministry and all the ministries of Turner. So we thank you for health and wellness, and we thank you for grace and mercy. In the name of Jesus, we say thank you and welcome everyone. Let's have some fun. So good morning. I hope, I hate doing sound checks. So I'm going to move my microphone over here just to make sure. And it's all about what's in your smoothie and what's on your plate. So for those of you who are joining me for the first time, and some of you are on the phone, and I'm so glad to see every last one of you. And Artie, I'm going to call your name out specifically because Artie has been part of our, our Serenity Yoga at Turner. And she and Sharon are partners in crime. So they came to me together. Hi. And I'm going to really call you out, Artie, because we were talking about bread the other day in our yoga class. And if you can take a minute to grab your Ezekiel package, because I didn't pick it up. Let me tell you why I'm talking about that so quickly. We're going to start with our smoothie again today. And for the few minutes that we're going to do this, Sister Sheena, like we did last month, Sister Sheena is going to, I'm going to be muted while I actually turn this on. Sister Sheena is going to come on. And by the way, Sister Sheena and Sister Sharon, and there's someone up there who I can't see. Sarah, can you look at this top screen, that person right next to Sharon? Go to your right beside Sharon. Who is that?
Sister Patricia Byrne.
Hey, Sister Pat! Look, I'm looking at my full screen. So we're going to unmute ourselves in a couple minutes, but let's not waste time. We only have 1 hour, and seriously, we could talk all day. So let me tell you what the ingredients are. And if Sister Janine was on the screen or on the show, she would be the one to remind me that we're supposed to add the greens and the all the colors, the different greens that we get from the garden. And she would make a green smoothie, and that's what Fern does also. And you can add the bananas. It's still, everything's going to stay green. I was supposed to go to my garden to show you this really huge collard green leaf that's literally in the garden right now. So I think while this is spinning, I might run out and get it because I'm just too excited. That's why. Anyway, so today, what's in your smoothie is going to be pretty much the same smoothie that I made before, but I'm going to start off green so that you can have an idea of, really what you can do to make a green smoothie. And to that, I'm going to add a few of the fruits, and then I'm going to top it off with another round of 3 cups of blueberries, the blueberry raspberry mix. I get all of my frozen ingredients literally from Costco. You get a better deal, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Reverend Williams, and you get a different, and I think that might be Sister Inez. You get a better deal with the size and the amount and the price, okay? And I like to do frozen because you all probably know this is a health master from an infomercial that I saw years ago with Montel Williams. And I'm in contact because literally if you want to buy one of these, we're going to get some prices and some discounts from them. We're going to help them to sponsor us. So I'm going to get started with cold water and my apple. So I've got to go to the refrigerator. And I'm learning not to turn my back. So I've got my 2 apples right here. And I like to keep everything as cold as possible because everything here is frozen, except every now and then you just grab yourself a little grape. That's not frozen, but you have your cold water. Keep that always cold. Now, last month we were talking, you can kind of chill. Last month we were talking about the amount, and I was using a 4-cup measuring cup. But I'm not using all 4 cups. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to literally pour this water into, this is about 8 ounces. So during the course of the day, and I have my mouse over here, I need to move away. During the course of our morning, you're going to see, I'll just slide it right here. Oh, thank you so much, Sierra. I need my niece over here beside me for 2 seconds. Come on over here for 2 seconds. This is my niece, Sierra, who's here. She's like my daughter. She is my daughter. Hey, Eddie, that's her mom. But anyway, she's here as my technical assistant, and she's giving me the thumbs up or, you know, whatever I need to do. So I couldn't do this for her. Last month, she was online like you were, Sister Sheena. So the first thing we're going to do is add.
Yeah, I came for the taste test.
Yes, we do this all the time. And I think everyone who's on today or who's sending me text messages to say thank you, we all do this, right? And so, and let me just say this, you all know about the inflammation. I'm going to talk about the turmeric boss in a minute. I'm going to talk about turmeric and our warm water and honey. But this is from years and years of working with the health and wellness and the women's ministry at Turner. And we were always asking questions. You remember, Sister Pat? We were always doing research on our Saturday mornings when Sister Liz would come over to share with us what it is that we need to be doing. And is that Zarita over there sipping? I think that's Zarita. Hi, Zarita, my girlfriend from high school. Thank you, y'all. Okay, so we would always get together.
Good morning.
And morning would always come over with a bowl of fruit, always, for everyone to eat. And then we talked about, what do we do when we're going into perimenopause? What do we do when we're dealing with menopause? And guess what I found out, everybody? After all these years of talking about perimenopause and menopause, you know what we found out? For women and for men, you stay in that state once you get there as we go through the different modes of living. That just blew my mind. So we do this to maintain what we're doing. So to this, I'm going to pour a little bit, maybe about, okay, guess what? Not half, the whole thing. So there we are with that. And then to that, I'm going to add 2 bananas. Let me step over here for 2 seconds. Am I off screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to not turn my back completely. And I normally, to start this, the last time we did this, I went ahead and had much of this already poured in here. So what you should do, seriously, is you take a bite of your first piece of banana. Everything that you're eating, because you're at home, this is you take a bite of your bananas. You take a bite, and I'm just going to put over this all over here. And I'm using 2 bananas to this. So in just a couple of seconds, and I might need to add a little bit more water, but as long as it's chilled, sometimes they'll say add the ice, but I get my ice from everything being frozen. Now, let me tell you what we're going to be mixing. Where's my top?
We already have one question. And one question was,
yes.
What was the greens that you started off with?
Okay, today it was spinach, and I'm going to show you my spinach bag. This is loud, but this is a frozen bag of spinach. Is that backwards?
Yes.
It's a frozen bag of spinach from Costco. And it was literally 2 big handfuls because I need to make room for everything else. So, Sister Sheena, if you don't mind, I think we need to come over to this screen and mute me from here. Oh, and I can do that. I'm going to mute myself, and Sister Sheena is going to, and you know what, Sister Sheena, let's do a check-in with everyone. I'm going to okay, so I only mixed it a few seconds because I'm going to be mixing everything else. So that was 2 handfuls of your frozen spinach, 2 bananas, 8 ounces of water. To that, I'm going to add 2 cups of frozen pineapple. And I just have my little, and again, this is my, everything's going to stay green. Let me just also tell you that I have 2 cups of mangoes here. And this is the pretty bowl that Dana gave me as a gift. I think Dana is in Africa, and I forget what country she's in. And this is the other bowl, and then this is 1 cup of the frozen mango. So normally that's like 2 + 1 is 3, right? well, you take them out and you use them frozen. But the 1 cup that you're going to let thaw out is a treat yourself. Have you ever eaten frozen mango at room temperature? It's a treat. So you just put that aside for yourself to just munch on throughout the day. Okay, so to that, I'm going to not dump it in. I'm going to measure. First, I'm going to go with the pineapple. And you just literally, and I do this 1 cup at a time. So I'm going to mute myself again. Sister Sheena, take it. And then I'm going to add the 2nd cup. Sister Sheena, is your volume okay? She's sending me a text, or someone's sending me a text.
I'll check it.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to add right here. I'm going to have the 4203. Somewhere there's a text message here. Oh, that's Pierpont Antoinette. Okay. So Sister Sheena, if you're okay, we're going to roll again. I'm going to mute myself. So I went ahead and sometimes you can take the little top off to add while it's still on, but I don't do that all of the time. So to that, I'm going to put my glasses over here and start cutting up my apple. Take your sheath off. And here's what I really enjoy about this. This is a knife that I got from HSN a couple of years ago, and it was with copper from Chef Joff, I think it was, or Copper Chef. And no, it was Chef Joff. And now this is just me. I put these in 1 piece at a time. And save your apple core. You can literally shave the rest of this and add that to your salad later on today. Okay, question?
Before you turn the panel on, if you can go over again all the ingredients.
Absolutely. Now, this is going to be on our website at Turner Memorial, turner-ame.org. Give us a couple of days. But today is the same recipe as last week, and that is 2 nice handfuls of spinach. To that, you're going to add 2 fresh bananas, and everything can be frozen. So the spinach was frozen. The bananas happen to be fresh from the refrigerator, but you can slice your fresh bananas, put them in a baggie, and freeze them. That just adds to that frozen frothiness. Today, they were fresh. To that, I added 2 cups of the frozen pineapples, and I blended that. Next, we're going to add 2 cups of mangoes. They look very much the same color, and guess what? The green is going to be maintained. We're also using 2 apples. I've already cut 1 apple and added that, and now I'm going to cut the 2nd apple and add to that along with the mango. And here's what I love about this. This is a green smoothie. It's still green. So Sister Sheena is going to have to leave us in a couple of minutes. So I think I see Reverend Gadsden. And Reverend Gadsden, why don't you, if you can, if you're with us, can you unmute yourself, Reverend Gadsden?
Yes. Hi, good morning.
Hey, Reverend Gadsden.
How are you?
Okay, so Reverend Gadsden, if you have a moment, you want to talk about your experience with going out and purchasing, and you've started doing your smoothies as well, while I mute myself and turn this on for a couple of minutes?
Oh, okay, sure. I was blending smoothies before, probably not in a healthy way, like maybe 10 years ago, and then I just got away from it. But I also did not have a very good blender. And then last year, I think I had a Ninja prior to a year or 2 years ago when Reverend Dburriss did her smoothie workshop at the church. And when she did her smoothie workshop after church, I noticed that everything was well blended, and that let me know that my Ninja wasn't doing what I thought it should be doing. And so I was asking her about her blender. And after that, I went and got a Vitamix because that was one of the brands that we talked about. And so since then, and since she talked about all the different things that you could add to your smoothie, I've been blending smoothies pretty much on a regular basis with like kale and spinach and all of the stuff that I usually would think was pretty yucky in a smoothie.
And so that's why I'm loving that my niece is here. I was laughing and saying yes, and she said, she can't hear you, you're on mute. So thank you, Reverend Gasson. Stay here with me because I'm simply going to just let everyone now know that next what we're adding, and Sarah wanted me to also let you all know. And Sister Sheena, thank you so much. Go ahead and unmute yourself as well, because Sister Sheena adds protein to hers. But what I want you to know that Sierra right now has put in our chat box our menu for today. So to this list that she's been adding for you all, I have 3, and I put this in a glass bowl that you could see. This is 3 cups of the frozen blueberry raspberry mix, and this also is frozen from Kirkland, from Costco. Okay, the Kirkland brand. It's organic and it's good. So I'm going to mute myself again, and I'm going to add all 3 cups of that. And then what we're going to see from this, Reverend Gass, and this is the fun part, and this is where I want the kids to really come on and see, why does everything stay green, but not until you add the blueberries? So I'm just going to, while I'm muting myself, I'm going to add all 3 of these so that you can take a look at the screen and see how it begins to turn that wonderful color. And I think there's another message in our chat box. This is so much fun, you all. Thank you. Okay, so someone is showing us on their screen. Is that a picture? Someone showing us their smoothie? I can't see.
Dr. Terry, yeah.
Hey, Dr. Terry. Oh, hey, Dr. Terry. Oh, the Dr. Terry. Now, Dr. Terry's son, Blake, is one of our ENF Rangers, along with Sister Inez and Reverend Williams. So this is cup 1. This is cup 2, and I'll probably stop here, mute myself, and add cup 3. And literally, I just poured the remainder from a bag that I had. This is cup number 3. I'm only putting 3 cups. So if you have anything left over, when my girlfriend Maxine joins, she's going to smile, because whenever Maxine comes up from North Carolina in the Durham area, Raleigh, what she does is she'll have her blueberries and blueberry mix added to her oatmeal. And again, that allows her not to have to put the sugar in the oatmeal the way we grew up, right? So anything left over from this 3 cups is measured. I'm going to let this thaw out, and that's going to be part of whatever I snack on today. So I'm going to mute myself and hit the blender. And someone else, Sister Sheena, has to leave in a few minutes. So Sister Sheena, let's hear from you for just a second. Sister Sheena is...
Can everyone hear me? I was having issues before. Okay.
Okay. Sister Sheena is a member of our health and wellness team. So I'm muting.
All right. Yeah. So Reverend Burris mentioned that protein, of course, can be added at times. I think during last month, I mentioned the type of protein I use. It's a plant-based protein called Sun Warrior Protein Blend. I use the unflavored version because they have vanilla and chocolate and things like that, but I'd rather just taste the greens and the fruit naturally. So, and I'll add about 2 scoops to the entire batch of smoothie that I'm making, which is probably about 46 ounces total. And then I just drink it, maybe about 16 ounces at a time. I'll drink it, and yeah, so the protein seems to be working for me, adding protein to it. I'll put a link to the brand of protein that I use. I usually order it off of Amazon. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. Sierra's laughing at me. I'm sorry. Every time I say okay or something, I have to remember to unmute myself. You know what? I love being able to be ourselves. This is because we would be at the church doing this, right? Yep. So I'm going to unmute myself again. Thank you, Sister Sheena, and thank you, Reverend Gasson. And anybody else, come on, unmute yourself and chime in. Let's have some fun while I just mute myself and turn this on. Last ingredient was my 3rd cup of the blueberries that I measured out, okay? We need some mixing music. That'll be in November. I'm going to be like the teacher and call on somebody. I have to mute myself, and Sister Sheena is going to have to leave us. She's got a meeting. So, oh, Sister Sheena, you got 5 more minutes because it's 10:21. How's that? And there's a message in the chat box. Is Zarita laughing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And guess what? We're putting this video on our Turn Memorial YouTube. So please share this because we're going to do this again in November. Okay. And it's all about Ayurvedic, talking about how the different seasons change. And seriously, on a very serious basis, we need to do this on a daily basis or every other day basis to help maintain and build up our immune system. So this is before COVID. We are supposed to have strong immune systems all the time. So right now, for those of you who are in my yoga class, I'm standing on my right leg, I'm bending my left knee, and I'm standing in my tree pose, and I'm going to mute myself. And while I'm in tree pose, I'll be mixing. And
your favorite fruit for the smoothie.
Love it. Did you all hear that?
So that's your time. You get your favorite fruit for your smoothie.
Okay, if you didn't hear it, let me repeat it. The mic is right here, and I think it's catching both of us. But what Sarah is saying, and I love this, while I'm on mute and blending this last cup of the blueberry mix, please put in the chat box your favorite fruit that you add to your smoothie. Like that. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm muting. Okay, so you all are adding to the chat and not talking. Guess what? I didn't add all, and there's still room in here. I didn't add my second part of my apple. This was 2 apples, okay? If Fern was on here, she would tell us about the pectins in the apple. Why do people tell us, why do the doctors tell us, why do our grandparents tell us an apple a day keeps the doctor away? It's good for everything. Just like cinnamon is good for everything, just like warm water and honey is a necessity every morning for life. So I'm going to mute myself one more time. Did anyone start putting their favorite fruits in the chat?
So some of the favorite fruits includes pineapples and mangoes.
Pineapples, mangoes.
Apples.
Apples.
Blackberries and mangoes.
Apples, blackberries, and mangoes. Yeah, I mean, they are the fruit that will give us all of the vitamins that we need. They give us the vitamin C, and of course, the banana is the potassium with the potassium for vitamin B. And let me just say, when you're adding, if you can eat bananas, put bananas in your smoothie, because that, for some reason, it's amazing how sweet because blueberries are almost on a bitter side. They're like quasi-sweet, quasi-bitter. But when you add the pineapple, that brings a little bit of the flavor, and when you bring the mango, that really brings out the flavor, and the apple and carrot juice alone, that's really delicious. That was my first fresh squeezed something that I had way back in the 70s, you all. I'm gonna date myself for 2 seconds. circa 1970, hanging out in Georgetown High School, Coolidge, yay! We were hanging out in Georgetown, and Yes Market was here in town before any of these other people, organizations, companies, and stores were here. And so we were hanging out in Georgetown on a Saturday and had our first cup of fresh squeezed carrot juice. And why was that carrot juice so delicious? Well, they told us later, they also squeezed apple. So carrot and apple make a really delicious drink. And of course, we know carrots are good for everything, but they're also good for the eyes. So let me mute myself for 2 seconds. And again, making sure that you have something green in here is what's really important. That's your vitamin C. I keep looking up at the screen, I'm sorry. So I'll mute myself. And who's next to talk while I mute? We can't just go silent. I put my hand on my hip here.
So the next question is, what vitamins do you make sure that you have to take on a daily basis?
Okay, so while I mute myself and press this on for 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds, I'm gonna go right over here to my vitamin cabinet that Al and I both do together, and I'll share with you the vitamins that I take on a daily basis. And literally, we're doing this at 10 in the morning. I try to sometimes make my smoothies between 6 and 7 in the morning, and that was even before I was working out of the house, okay? So that I could have my smoothie, do a nice cleanse, and keep turmeric in my body for an hour. This was my meal, and honestly, for me, this will keep me nice and filled until at least 11 o'clock in the morning at work. So I'm going to mute myself. Who's coming on to share and talk while I...
So I have a couple of vitamins that I take. It's a women's multivitamin by a company called New Chapter. It has just about every type of vitamin you can need. And I'm also vitamin D deficient, like many of us are. So I take this plant-based K2 plus D3 vitamin. And because I've read that I don't know if I'm saying this right, that your body absorbs vitamin D better when it's coupled with the K2 vitamin or something to that effect. So
okay.
I just recently started taking that. So.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, I am going to share with you my vitamins, and thank you. Sister Sheena, if you don't mind, I think because we're recording, all of our conversations are going to be in our chat box, and we can share all that. If you don't mind, Sister Sheena, please put that in the chat box, because I would love to know what that company is, or you can just send me a text and I'll share that with everyone who's on here. And before we sign out, please, I want to make sure that we're writing down everyone who is here. If I look at my screen and I look at the number of participants, I can't see. So how many participants do we have today?
We have 12.
Oh, thank you. So I want to send a personal thank you to all 12 of you for being here. And you know me, I'm going to say all of you today are like the disciples. Jesus said 12, right? Amen. And that's not a joke. That's serious. I'm grateful. We do these things together. Now, I'm supposed to be cutting up the avocados to make some guacamole. When I shared that with Sierra, she got really excited. And I'll share with you just my little simple thing that I do with that. Now, the question was about vitamins. I also take magnesium. I take the vitamin D. And this is super B complex. Every now and then, I need to make sure that I keep a vitamin B, because vitamin B helps you with stress, but it also helps you with skin, hair, and nails. And then to this, I'm adding, and I have not been doing this every day, but this is omega-3. You all remember, what was his name, who was on the Late Talk Show, and he is now with Omega XL. Oh gosh, he wore the glasses and the suspenders. Come on, somebody, Late Night Talk Show. He has this infomercial also. I'm not an infomercial freak, but I sometimes see these infomercials.
Larry King.
Larry King. Yes,
Larry King.
Larry King. I'm not kidding. This took me from having to use, and they're kind of hard, not hard, but you know, there you go. It's a little pill. This little pill right here, and I'm not promoting anybody's company, but if you happen to go to Omega XL, just say Denise Burris and give them my cell phone number. You get a free bottle and I get a free bottle. But look how small this is. It's that small. I take that, but here's what I've been adding to my diet. And if you want to talk to me about this off screen, do so. Okay, I now have and I can't sell. This is a Turner Memorial website, and this is a Turner Memorial Health and Wellness. It just so happened that when I was planning the Serenity with Denise wellness luncheon that I think everyone on this call today was going to be part of, and then COVID shut us down, the wonderful people at Turmeric Boss offered Denise and Serenity with Denise a distributorship. So this is what I have been buying on a regular basis. And I will tell you, not to try to sell anything, but this is the one product that has helped literally save my life. It was an answer to a prayer. And I hope that you can see this beautiful, pretty gold package. And I was teaching, you'll hear my little, mini video, verbal audio video on my website, Serenity with Denise. But I was teaching yoga at the Fitness Health, the NBC4 Fitness and Health Expo. And Alan was over, we all got set up. And then the folks at Turmeric Boss caught his attention. And when we came home, he had purchased one of these packages and he said, Denise, you need to take this and you need to take it now. And that's what I put on the video. And first of all, I'm going to let Sierra come over here. I want to see her. I want you to see her her reaction. She hasn't seen what's inside. She knows about this, but just inhale this package. Oh, see? This is turmeric. Oh my gosh, this is the real thing. We need to keep turmeric in our system. And I recently added to my repertoire from their website. This is, thank you. And she turned the bottle around. This is the turmeric powder with black pepper. And so let me tell you what's in this. And honestly, you need to take this every day. Let me get a spoon so you can see what I'm talking about. I have to go to the dishwasher and get a clean spoon. Hold on a second.
So Karen shared that she takes it with vitamin D, your turmeric with vitamin D.
Who said that?
Karen.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to share with you, this is the turmeric, and this is all I put in my tea. I'm going to share with you. This is my tea is warm water, honey, and a little bit of turmeric. And the sages from India have been saying this for years, and just trust me, you all know that I've been studying yoga, and yoga therapy is what I'm doing now in my master's. But when I was in my 20s and I was studying yoga from the Sivananda Yoga Center, honestly, you all, I was taught by an individual teacher, and that was a guru. We're going to drink this smoothie in a second. The individual teachers, the gurus, would teach you yoga, but they would teach the philosophy and the 5 principles of yoga, which were breathing. And everything started with prayer. It was breathing. It was the exercise or the asana. It was diet. It was pranayama, which is breathing. And we must inhale and exhale through our nose every morning deeply and hold your breath, and then inhale steam. So when you are drinking your warm water and your honey, let me just grab my favorite cup. Where's my favorite cup? What I do in the morning, I'm adding my warm water and honey. So hold on a second. I have some hot water over here. And my warm water and my honey. This water is nice and hot and warm and steaming. To that, I would add my honey. And to that, I would literally add about, if you can see this, that's too much. Just a little bit of the turmeric. And it makes it nice and golden. Bye, Sister Pat. Thank you. Love you. And we're almost through this. So what's in this turmeric is the black pepper. So what's in the package of your turmeric capsules? Let me just show you these capsules again. I take 2 every morning, and I've been doing this now it's going on 2 years. And this was truly the answer to my prayers. Most of you know, I've been dealing with my knees. I damaged the cartilage in my knees. I have been taking everything, the fish pills, all that stuff, and nothing was working. But what got me concerned seriously, in addition to, I needed to find out what can I do in my personal diet to reduce inflammation. When I was coming home from the hospital with the syringe about that full of fluid that was taken out of my knee, coming up the steps in crutches, I was literally on my phone while Alan was driving me home, and I was looking up, what do I need to do? How do you reduce inflammation naturally? And what kept coming up on Google search was Mediterranean diet, Mediterranean diet, Mediterranean diet. And I thought, really, duh, hello? We've been doing that. And so what have I not been doing? I don't eat a lot of heavy meat. I haven't in years. I tried to go vegan for at least 3 or 4 years in my 20s. And then the barbecue sauce was talking to me. And guess what I found out? You don't need to eat ribs to have barbecue sauce. Oh my gosh, so I started putting barbecue sauce on everything, all of my vegetables. And I will say this, when I was expecting my daughter, Adia, my doctor, and I was 26, actually 27 when I gave birth to her. So my doctor said to me, you're gaining a little bit weight a little too fast. And you know, Adia was born in July. So I had Mother's Day, I had Father's Day, we had 4th of July, oh, and Memorial Day. So he named all 4 of these and said, I'm gonna have to put you on a diet. I said, whoa, stop the press. Nobody has ever told me I have to go on a diet. So he said, well, what are you gonna do? And I said, well, he said he named, you know, hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs, potato salad. He was naming all the food. And I said, no worries. I'm gonna start mixing my food together because my neighbor did smoothies for his father years ago. And so I said, I'll make my smoothie, but before I do anything, I'll eat watermelon. So I was eating watermelon at the beginning of every meal. I was eating watermelon for breakfast, and then I started eating it for lunch. And you know what happens when you're expecting, you crave. So I was craving watermelon. My children hate watermelon. I'm thinking, that is just, to me, the funniest thing. So Dr. Gadsden does not like cantaloupe. Am I right, Dr. Gadsden?
Right, I'm allergic to cantaloupe.
He's allergic. So, you know, there's some things that you know you can't do. See, I have to remember that about you. You have to remember those things about your friends. When they come over to your house, you eat your cantaloupe the night before. I'm whispering. Or you eat it before they get there because cantaloupe is good. It helps to reduce the inflammation. But if you know your friend is allergic, then you don't have it around. You follow me? And for some reason, it does not work well in a smoothie anyway. So this is what I do. And so what's in this package, if you are dealing with any kind of inflammation, you know, direct message me or we'll talk about this offline. This has been the answer to my prayer. I'm not kidding. And what they have put in this little capsule is the turmeric and the curcumin and the quercetin. It also has bromelain from the pineapple, and it has white pepperine, which helps to get it all through the body. And why is that so important? I will tell you. Someone else is signing off. Thank you, Sister Sheena. Wait, are you able to say bye to everybody? Sister Sheena is on our health and wellness team.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. Bye, everybody. It was good seeing everyone. Thanks for joining us again this month. Can I do a quick plug for our wellness workout?
Yes, I was going to do that, but go right ahead, please.
So my husband and I, Joy, we host a weekly wellness workout every Monday at 6 o'clock on the same Zoom Turner Memorial platform. So I'll see if I can post the flyer in the chat, but you all are welcome to attend. It's a body weight workout only. I do modified versions, so you can follow me. Yeah, just so if you have time, 6 o'clock on a Monday, please tune in. Bye.
Thank you so much. And before you tune out, let me just say, Sister Sheena does the modified version of Brother Joey's workout. They work out together. And I'm going to tell you all why you need to check in at 6 o'clock on Mondays. If you can't make it to the gym, and if you haven't been to the gym in a while, they have a gym in their home. You all looking at the screen, I'm telling you, you feel like you're at the gym, you're working out, and they have an app on their phone. So you don't have to worry about how many reps you did or how many countings you have to do. There's this whistle that tells you, okay, for these number of seconds, we're going to do this one exercise. And then when the whistle blows, you stop. And it's like, whoa, I will tell you this, Sister Sheena. Get yourself a towel. You will need the towel. It's a serious workout. But all you need is a chair, a towel, or a yoga mat. She does a warm up and a cool down. They work together. And I'm doing it because I need to stop eating ice cream, you guys. And when you're working out and eating your smoothie, you really think about what you're eating. And then when you're working out, you get serious about your health and wellness. So thank you, Sister Sheena, and thank you, Brother Joey. Love you. Thank you for being here. Sheena has another call, and I know most of you will have another call. So I'm going to slow down with my talking, but I will tell you what's in this, and I will tell you how I got to using turmeric. There was a panel, and this is PBS, Gary Null. Many of you know that I've been following this heavy, thick book by Gary Null. And what Gary Null was telling us, see, my father was a doctor, and I grew up with medical books all the time around the house. You know, he taught medicine to the medical students at Howard University. So learning all the different bones and the muscles and the structure, I was getting firsthand knowledge from my father growing up all through high school, college, and even before. So this is a book it's called Natural Healing by Gary Null. Gary Null had, and this is a thick book, Gary Null had a panel of doctors and specialists on PBS from the Columbia University Medical Center in New York City. And I'm telling you, that's what really caught my eye. So one of the nutritionists was saying, we need to juice. I said, well, I'm juicing. But what goes in your juice, you know, sometimes we can put celery in our smoothies. But then she began to mention the turmeric, the quercetin, the curcumin. These are all from the ginger root. And I remember thinking, okay, I can go to Yes, I can try to look for this stuff. How do you get all these things and all these ingredients? And then years later, my husband comes up with Turmeric Boss. So let me tell you, those are the ingredients that are in this capsule. And I will tell you, I'm not kidding. Once I began taking this, and it's not a miracle drug, it's all natural, first of all. But what happened was I noticed that I was walking, my gait was normal. Now, when I hit my knee and I damaged the cartilage even more, again, they had physical therapy. I had to, you know, do the walking. They had to see how I was walking. And it was off balance. I needed a crutch. It was not good. And it was when I started taking the turmeric with all of those ingredients, the quercetin, the curcumin from the ginger root, the bromeliad from the pineapple, and then the pepper, the white pepper, to help distribute it. It was letting me know that I was on the right path with what I was doing with the smoothie. This just took it up a notch. And I'm telling you, I started walking. I said, I'm walking. I could go up and down the steps. And you know, it was sometimes painful for me to sit and teach yoga, but I was going to continue through this. So I'm just saying, this has been working for me. So let's get back to the smoothie and what's on our plate. So I didn't make the guacamole, but I'm just telling you, you can slice your are you all able to see what's on my cutting board? Do I need to move it down just a little bit? I wanted to share with you, be real careful when you cut your, oh, this is a hard one. Let's go with the soft one. This is a little bit softer. You want to do 2 of these, okay? And just squeeze it up. How many of you are trying to grow an avocado tree? They say that they just simply don't grow in this area, and I always want to. So you just slice it, twist it off, yay. Then you get your spoon. What do I do with my big spoon? I need to get another big spoon, sorry. Okay, always wash your dishwasher at night and empty it in the morning. So then you scoop this out, and let me tell you what I discovered as a favorite breakfast. Black beans with a little bit of guacamole, sliced guacamole. This is a small seed. I just put this off to the side. And you just begin to cut this up, and then you add, I should have had an ingredient. You can add a little bit of lime to this. Don't add salt to this. Okay, you can take it back up for a second. Don't add just, there you go. Don't add salt to this. Now you can slice this on your Artie. Where's the package for the Ezekiel bread? I know she's got it. You can slice this and you can have your avocado. Okay, take a look at Artie's screen, everybody. This is so amazing. Ezekiel bread. It's an, go ahead and unmute yourself if you don't mind, Artie, and I'm gonna move this back up just a little bit. Thank you. Come back down just a little bit. Okay. Is she unmuted?
Can you, doggone it. There we go.
Okay, yes.
Okay, if you can see that, Ezekiel bread is flourless, it's gluten-free, and the company is really Ezekiel 4:9, because they take what came straight from the scripture and use in the product. So we're talking millet and spelt, barley, lentils, wheat. They keep it in the organic section, and it's usually in the freezer section because it doesn't have the preservatives that most other products have that extends the shelf life.
That's amazing.
So it will stay, and you'll keep it in your refrigerator. But it's really good. They also have pitas. They have different things that you can, because I've seen people do it, warm it in a skillet with a little olive oil if you want to, if you do the pita. The bread toasts well. It holds whatever you put on it well. And if, like Reverend Denise is doing with her guac, because I like to do this too, with some avocado, squeeze a little lime, a little tomato, you can put that on your toast in the morning also.
Delicious.
When you're having your honey and ginger and cinnamon, or your honey and turmeric and cinnamon.
Now, you all, thank you so much, Artie. Now, you all know I've always been talking about for years the honey and cinnamon. And honestly, continue with the cinnamon because that's good for you as well. So in this warm water, excuse me, in this warm water, I added my turmeric. I usually do the turmeric last because it's an issue dealing with, and I tried something. See it, you all try this at home and see if this works. You know, sometimes you say kids don't try this at home. Try this, try this at home. 2 spoons to get in. This is a jar, just a mason glass jar. This is honey, okay? So this is full, and then I'm gonna put the spoon underneath it, and then I'm gonna drop that spoon in and stir that up. This is like a scientific process. So then I'm gonna I'm putting 2 tablespoons of honey, but it's not a full tablespoon. So then I take that spoon, because I don't want it to get in the honey, and I don't want to drip it over, and whoop, I don't care how you do it, you're gonna get some honey somewhere. This is one of those wipes. But what you're gonna get is a delicious cup. This is my new tea. So this is warm water, not hot. If you mix the warm water, if you boil your warm water, the honey is not good for your body when it's at a very high temperature. So this is extremely wonderfully warm water, the same temperature that you would do with your hot cocoa, hot chocolate, coffee, or tea. The difference is we're told by the sages years ago that we should have warm water honey every day. And recently I'm hearing many of the sages say warm water, honey, and turmeric. We need to have turmeric. I think if I knew about turmeric years ago, who knows? I may not have had these issues with my knees. I don't know. I'm just putting everything over there. I've made a real mess over here, but it's all good. And my hand now feels sticky, so I have a little wet wipe, you know, instead of going to the refrigerator, to the counter and getting a paper towel. So now what I'm going to do is pour out a little bit of this turmeric. I'm sorry, not the turmeric, the smoothie. And I want to be careful with this because, as I said before, this is not a leak-proof container. Oh, and can I share something with you? I did this smoothie yesterday. Now I started this fresh on our show. But let me share with you. I had this ready for you from yesterday. This is a tall version and a short version. Okay, I made this last night because I do this all the time. So I wanted to give some for Sierra to take home with her. But I also wanted to share with you what happens. Now, this is just from last night. This is the very same ingredients as this morning, but I'm going to grab a fork and share with you. So here are 2 examples. We're going to do a taste test. I'm going to pour it right over this. So I'm pouring this literally into the glass. The question was earlier, and I'm going to let it leak into my avocado for just a minute. And wipe that off, okay? And then I'm going to pour a glass this is the amount that I drink every morning. Sometimes if I know that I have to leave right away, I'll only drink half. But this is pretty much what I do. I'm not even going to put that back on the base. I don't want it to get on the base. And one of the things I did not mention, which I did not do, is when you have finished making your smoothie, reach over and unplug and just get it out of the way. Just move it all the way out of the way. So we just put it back where it belongs. I need to put a rubber band around that. So Sarah's going to come over here and she's going to be, because anyone can be on television or on the screen or whatever and say, oh yes, this is so good, right? So here we go. And I hope that you all were making one with us. Bottoms up. She's going to do the taste test. I hope this is good. Yeah.
Yes. It is.
I'm serious. This is good. This is a good combination.
Really, like, I don't really care for blackberries or raspberries.
Okay.
I don't do.
Mhm.
But this is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you get to go home with this. No, but let me share with you. I wanted you all to see. This is, I don't know how many ounces are in this, but if you, I would think this is probably about half of this container. Okay. And well, actually 3/4. The other little small part was in this smaller, and I drank half a glass. Okay, so if you can get an idea of how many ounces, we'll put it in the chat box before we log off completely. But I want to share something with you. If you make this the night before, here's why you need to make a smoothie. I love sweet tea. I love anything with sugar in it. And when I'm having those, and I love pineapple mango juice. Oh my goodness, by Tropicana. Look at your label and look how much sugar is in the back of that label. This is way too much sugar. We didn't add anything. This is sugar, but it's all natural, okay? So here's what happens. This is nice and thick. Let me get this. My straw is literally sticking straight up, but it's liquid enough to sip. And she's over here saying, okay, so here's what happens. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy all of you are here. This is fun. This is what we do. So to this container, you will have to stir this the next morning. So if I put my fork in here, look at this. It's kind of like thick, okay? But all you need to do, and it was very liquid at the bottom. So all you need to do is stir this, and that's why I have this third glass right here. So you just give it a little stir, and I always do this over the sink. I do not do this over my counter. So this avocado today is going to have a little bit of smoothie in it because I'm putting my fork right down in here. But then I'm right-handed, so I'm going to pour with my right hand. So then guess what? You're going to pour a nice container. And Sarah, you want to come over and taste this also? She's going to be my tester.
So this is so refreshing.
And look how much she's finished already. Okay, so this is from yesterday, 1 day old. Again, going back to the Ezekiel bread with the no preservatives, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put the straw in here, pardon my hands, standing straight up. And I hope it tastes as sweet as as sweet as it was the fresh one that we made.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same ingredients, you all. You can put this in your
It's so good.
refrigerator. And again, this little plastic container came with my NutriBullet, and that was a single thing. That's when I went to the larger, the larger mixer. And so I'm just going to suggest that for breakfast, this is Saturday, right? So for breakfast, and I'm loving these little flowers that are all over my shirt. Okay, so I am going to highly recommend that right now. Where's my other little small fork? This is going to be the fun thing. You all remember that 1 cup of frozen mango that we let thaw out? It's now so soft that you can, ooh. So this is Parks and Rec, treat yourself. Be good to yourselves. We need to take care of our bodies. We need to thank God for giving us a body. And read the book of Daniel. Because in the book of Daniel, as we close, they the people wanted the young boys to eat the king's diet. And they did not want to eat the king's diet. They wanted to eat their own diet. And I need to get that scripture, and we'll put that in the chat. But he said, let me try the diet that we know from our land, from our culture. And then he said, test us for 3 days. And after 3 days, the eunuchs saw that their countenance was healthy the eunuch saw that they were healthier looking than all the others who were eating those heavy meats and those wines and things like that. We need to treat ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to be good to ourselves. We need to honor God by honoring our bodies. I think it's time for me to close. I'm so excited that you all stayed with me. I talked your heads off. I could talk another hour about this. You all know I'm very passionate about it, but whatever you do, please go ahead and have some fun with your smoothie, and do make sure that you go natural as you can, taking your vitamins, drinking your smoothies, avocado, sliced avocado or guacamole on your Ezekiel bread with no preservatives. We don't need a whole lot of dairy. We'll talk about how much dairy we need to be drinking with calcium. Most people don't need to be drinking dairy from other animals. How much dairy do other cows drink from other animals? We need to ask ourselves these questions. You can get all this calcium from the nutrients and the supplements that we're getting. Make sure that you drink your hot water, your warm water, and your honey and your turmeric, and steam. Inhale your steam, and this is what you do every morning. We've got 3 minutes and we're going to close. Every morning, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, and just relax. On your inhale, thank you, God, for my blessing. Exhale, send that energy of air down through the body for healing. Inhale, health and wellness. Exhale, gratefulness, gratitude, love, joy, and peace. And send that natural healing air and energy into your body for health and wellness. And then what you do is, before you get out of bed, you just sit on the side of your bed and you turn to the side and you twist, and you cross your ankle and you turn to the other side and you twist. And then when you stand up, stand in your mountain pose. Connect every vertebrae, okay? And then take your walk so that you're walking straight. Gravity is going to pull us over, and sometimes we'll be at the computer for hours and we get up and go, oh, no walking like this is allowed, okay? When we get up from the computer, stand in your mountain pose. Wherever you're standing in the presence of God. You're standing on holy ground. And so you walk in your mountain pose and you enjoy your day. So everybody, thank you. That was not scripted. It's coming from the Holy Spirit, you guys. There's a reason why we're doing this. And I can't thank Pastor Kearney enough, Reverend Kearney. I can't thank everyone at Turner Memorial who's helped to make this possible. That's Dr. Gatson, that's Reverend Kearney, that is Sister Jackson, it's Sister Chandel who signed us in, it's Brother Emmanuel, it's the entire team. And so tomorrow, everybody, I hope that if you're not members of Turner, you're the community of Turner, you're the ones who've been coming to our workshop, joining us in our 10 a.m. workshop. Worship at 10 a.m. on this same wonderful channel. So I think it's time for me to sign off. I want to hear from you all. Can you just unmute yourselves?
Hi, Denise, it's Maxine.
Hi, Denise, it's Terry.
Thank you all for joining. Wasn't this
Hey,
fun?
Zarita.
Hi, how's everybody? This was wonderful. And the best part was you didn't use any yogurt, because I don't like yogurt.
Yeah. No.
I was so afraid the smoothie was going to be full of yogurt. It's such a relief. I feel like I can make it.
Oh, no question. Everything from the earth. I was supposed to show you all my collard green, my one collard plant that survived. And honestly, it's about one leaf is about this big, you all, honestly.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to find a way to incorporate that into our smoothie next month. So we'll be back again in November 14th.
Okay.
I can't thank you all enough. Your being here makes us know that we're on the right path to sharing the word.
This was a great show. I'm glad I joined you. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you, Maxine. Thank you, everyone, for being here. There's Dr. Terry, and thank you, Sharon, and thank you, Artie. I feel like the romper room teacher. Remember those of us who grew up years ago, and there was romper room after Captain Kangaroo? I love you all. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. We'll see you tomorrow on worship.
Thank you.
We'll be back again.
You as well. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Love you all.
See you.
Okay, see you.